doing a get to know me video, obviously because of the title, you all know that. I was sent a list of questions by the lovely Magenta from Nails by Magenta, asking me, well, nominating me to answer some certain questions in a video like this. So I'm going to do that today. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 or 13 questions for me to get through. So instead of me just sitting and talking at a camera, I'm going to get stuff done while I'm doing it because it's going to go on for a little while. So I'm going to do some swatches while I basically answer the questions. So yeah, I'm going to turn the camera around a little bit just so you can see that I'm doing something and not me just facing down and ignoring you. So I'll sort that out and then we'll get into the questions. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me okay. I've not done this setup before, but obviously I'm not actually like pointing you at the colours because I want you to see the swatches. It's not a swatch video, it is a get to know me. So question number 1 is, how long have you been doing nails? I've been doing nails qualified now for 6 years. I did nails straight from school, so yeah, so it's been 6 years since I left school. I'm 22 now, about to turn 23 in a couple of months. So I started practicing doing nails when I was 10. My mum and dad bought me my first kit for acrylic when I was 10, and I know that's really awful. Like now people would kick off if someone's parent did that, but back then there wasn't that much knowledge about the industry and the dangers of the products and stuff like that. It wasn't as massive as it is today, so don't judge them for it. I'm glad they did it. So by the time I went to college at the age of 16, I basically knew what I was doing. I just needed to learn like health and safety and the anatomy and stuff like that. So yeah. Second question is, where did you learn? So I learned at a college which is local to me. I did a full-time course from, it was supposed to be September to I think June, but I finished in May because I just got my head down and actually started because I couldn't wait to start working on clients. So I just wanted to get it out of the way. So I kind of just, well, and I wanted to do it. So I just did everything that I should have done like straight away basically, instead of just sitting around and wasting time. So yeah, I went to college. That was a really long answer for a really short question. So the third question is, what is your most loved part of the industry? And I'm not thinking about this because I don't have any. I'm thinking about it because I love a lot of parts of the industry. So I'm finding it quite difficult to pick one. I think actually I can safely say now that my favourite part, which I probably wouldn't have said before lockdown, but now that we've had this lockdown and it's put everything into perspective and stuff like that, I think my favourite part now is how much of a nice community it can be. I'm not saying it is, because I'm still aware that there are nail techs out there who unfortunately aren't like that and don't want to be a part of a community. They want to be the only nail tech there is, which is never going to happen, so it's a waste of time. But yeah, I'd say that's the best thing. Like, I feel like I've made so many friends now with new nail technicians. Obviously I haven't met any of them because we can't, but yeah, I've been in contact with a lot of nail technicians, and I get people message me all day every day just for a chat or to ask me of a recommendation, like just stuff like that, and it's so nice. So I'd say that's probably my favourite part, is just having that opportunity nowadays with all social media and stuff, to be able to communicate with others in the industry. I think that's really good, and obviously it's not always been the case, so I think the people of this day and age in the industry are very lucky. And then we've got, do you offer other treatments? I used to have a really long list of everything that I offered. I don't anymore actually. I do class myself now. I've always classed myself as a nail technician. I've always said, like, when advertising and stuff like that, like beauty therapist and nail technician, all that sort of stuff. But if I'm honest, like, I don't see myself as a beauty therapist. I don't enjoy like facials and the waxing and all that sort of stuff. Like, my heart lies with nails, and I just felt that the more that I did, obviously it's helpful for clients because they can go to one place and have everything, but I didn't feel right offering all those services because I just I didn't have a passion for them, and I didn't want to. The whole point of a job like this is basically you get to enjoy your job, like, and if you don't, then well, why do it? And that was my outlook on it. So I have took a lot of other treatments and services off of my price list lately. So I am now down to everything to do with nails and just brow waxing and tinting. That is it. But I am qualified in a hell of a lot of other things like facials, spray tanning, waxing, lash lift, lash extensions. Like, I'm qualified in a lot. I choose not to offer them as a service anymore because obviously, yes, I paid for the training and things like that, but I don't enjoy it, so I don't see the point really. So I have taken off a lot of why do I keep going to say systems? Have taken off a lot of services that I don't bother with anymore. So yeah, that's all I offer. And then we've got, so explaining your workspace. So I won't go too far into this one because I don't know where all these hairs keep coming from. They're driving me insane. I won't go too far into this one because I have done a room tour, so obviously from that you can see where I work and my space and stuff like that. So I'll just leave as I work from home. I live at home with my parents still, with my partner. We are currently saving for a mortgage. Obviously this situation has pushed that back, but we're absolutely fine where we are. There's no reason for us to rush. So I work from what is supposed to be a utility room. It's really, really helpful. It's got its own sink and stuff like that. The toilet is just around the corner from it, and it's got its own entrance into the house, so clients don't have to walk through the house where my dogs are, which is a bonus. And then obviously it doesn't like have an effect on the people in the rest of the house either. So yeah, that's my space explained. And then we've got, how long would an appointment be for gel polish and art? I don't know where I'm up to with my colours now. 3, 6, 7, 3, 6, 7, 8. So an appointment for gel polish with nail art. I don't really understand these questions, to be honest, because obviously, I don't know, I think you should kind of know that it's going to be varied depending on what the art is. So if it's like one nail of art, it's obviously going to take a lot less time than a full set. But if it's a full set of nail art with gel polish, then I'd say about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. I think it's an hour that I set out for gel polish on natural nails with a design. So yeah, we'll go with an hour. That sounds about right. Then we've got best tip for fellow nail techs. I always find this really difficult to narrow down because I feel like I've finally been in the industry long enough now to be able to give people tips. Like, obviously I'm not ever going to be past the point of like being able to take tips and stuff from other people, because I don't think you ever get to that point. It's impossible to know absolutely everything. But I'd say my like ultimate tip would be, don't let your clients run your business. You run your business, like it's your business. You need to run it how you want it to be. So if you have clients that you don't particularly like, and I don't mean that in a horrible way, like you actually dislike them, I just mean some people you won't click with, and there is nothing wrong with that. As humans, like, we don't get along with everybody. It's just one of those things. It's just the same as someone working on a checkout in Tesco and having a certain customer that they recognise and they think, oh god, they're back. Like, it's the same thing, but the difference is we're self-employed. Well, obviously if you're self-employed, but we have a choice on whether we serve those customers, whereas if you were sat at a checkout, you wouldn't, you'd have to. So I think a lot of people don't really take advantage of the fact that they are self-employed or they work for themselves and stuff. And you do basically get to pick and choose your clientele. Like, obviously at the beginning you're kind of in a rut, so you're gonna take on absolutely everybody that will have their nails done and pay you, because you're relying on those people to become regulars and stuff like that. But when you get to the point where you're comfortable with your situation, I think you don't need to have those clients that you dread seeing. Like, I don't have any clients like that. I love every single one of my clients, but I have had some in the past where I've thought, oh god, it's them again today. Like, not that I don't like them or anything like that, but we don't click, and that's absolutely fine. But you need to just recognise the fact that you choose your clients. So yeah, I'd say make sure that you have the last say basically on how your business is run. Like, if you work 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. and someone wants a 6 o'clock appointment because they work till 6, you say no, like you're not the nail tech for them. Don't bend over backwards and then add an extra 1 or 2 hours onto your day just to fit that one person in. Because if you do it once, you're going to have to keep doing it so they can come back to you. And then you're working for longer hours than you said you're going to. So just don't do it. It's not worth it. That was really long-winded. Sorry about that. What do you dislike about the industry the most? I'll keep that on brief as well because I mentioned it earlier. I'd say it's probably the nail technicians that don't believe there's enough people to go around. And they feel like they're in competition with you. You're not in competition with anybody. Like, we all do the same job. It's like people working at Tesco, like, won't talk and be nice to people that work at Asda. Like, it's ridiculous. There's enough customers for everyone. We don't have to worry. One thing you couldn't live without. That's a really hard one because I'd say acrylic in general. Just because I'm an acrylic tech mainly. Like, that's my favourite. So we'll go with that. Next one is, acrylic or gel. So obviously that's acrylic. Yeah, I hated using hard gel at college. If it's about like whether I like having it on me or using it, I prefer to use acrylic. If doing my own nails, I do prefer gel, hard gel. Just because, I don't even know why, but I just find it a little bit easier to infill and maintain. It doesn't make any sense because it's basically the same process as acrylic, but yeah, I don't know. That's another get to know me thing, is I never bloody make any sense, so you just have to get used to that, I'm afraid. Natural nails or extensions? Again, if it was doing it, I'd pick, I don't know actually. I think my favourite thing to do is acrylic overlays. I love doing overlays of acrylic, especially people that haven't had them before and like they want to grow their nails and stuff, because I have a lot of clients like that who want to grow them out. So we just put an acrylic overlay and then they're just absolutely gobsmacked in like 1 or 2 infills time when I say like they're your natural nails, and they're like, no, they're acrylic. And I'm like, yeah, they're acrylic over your natural nails. Like, when I remove that acrylic, it's going to be yours. Like, it's really nice. So I think that's my favourite. Most requested colour. I think that's a tough one actually. I think if I had less of an array of colours, like less variety to choose from, it'd probably be easier to answer because I wouldn't have so many people to pick from, because I've literally always, for longer than I remember, I've had like hundreds of colours. So I think it's difficult to pick like one colour. Because there is so many to choose from, so there's no real need for any clients to kind of pick the same colour, if you see what I mean, because there is loads. So I can't answer that one, I'm afraid. I have no idea what my most popular colour is. All depends on seasons as well and stuff like that, so I won't answer that one. Next, work purchase. I think that one goes without saying that it's probably going to be something Magpie Beauty, because that is all I seem to be spending all of my money on lately. Although I have got to slow it down a little bit now until I have got a definite date of reopening, because eventually, like, money doesn't grow on trees and I'm not working, so the pot is going to run low. So I have got to start being a little bit careful now, just until we know we can reopen and I'm safe again. But yeah, it'll probably be a new release again from Magpie. Business prediction for 2025. I don't know. I don't really tend to plan like that far in advance. 5 years is quite a long time, and I don't think anyone can really predict what's going to happen over that amount of time. Like, especially in a situation like this, I would never have predicted this. But I'm hoping basically that I continue to be successful, like in terms of my business with clients, and hopefully by then I will be successful and a well recognised training academy, I hope. Because obviously I've just passed my level 3 AET, so I will be offering training when we reopen with the guild. So yeah, I'm hoping that'll have taken off a little bit by then, hopefully in 5 years. But obviously we can all dream. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. And that is the last question. So thank you so much for watching. Just to remind everyone that I am live every day on Instagram now, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m, doing nail art and all fun nail related things. So if anyone wants to get involved with that, the link to my Instagram is in my description box, so check that out. These are the colours that I've just been doing, by the way, if anyone wanted to see them. They are stunning. So yeah, I'm going to go now because this is already going to be really long and I've literally just spoken for all of it. So I hope you enjoyed listening to me chew your ear off. Thank you so much for watching and I'll be back soon. Bye.